Howdy, folks. Well, today I'm going to talk about, obviously, Palmetto State Armory. I just want to go through a few issues I have with them. Now, I'm going to preface this by saying I used to be not a PSA fanboy, but a pretty loyal customer. I used to get all my ammo through them. When I started building ARs, I got a lot of the parts through them. But in recent months, I've noticed a decline, or maybe I just didn't notice it before, in some of their products, and I'll go through a few of them here. First off, I'll start with Fire Control Group, trigger, disconnector, and hammer. The hammer here, let's see if I can zoom in. So here you see your surfaces, right there. I don't know if it's going to allow me to focus on it, but you can kind of catch that gleam. See that little how it's kind of gleaming there on the left side? That's because it's uneven. And when I first installed this trigger, lubed it up and everything, I didn't really notice that, but I did notice that when I pulled the trigger, it was uneven. It pulled off to one side. And I didn't think much of it. I figured maybe I need to let it break in. Well, I let it break in, and it continued to act like that. Left hand, right hand, other people shot it, same thing. And you might be able to see the little grease mark here. But it is there's substantially more, I guess you could say, impact or engagement on one side, about 2/3, versus the other. I don't know. I can hope that maybe it just got through their QA processes, but probably not. And I'll get into a theory of what I think that may be. Second issue I had was with this buffer tube, or receiver extension to be proper. So, a buddy of mine ordered this, and he was told it was a 7075 T6, which would mean that it's extruded, and it'd be a forging. Well, I'm not so sure it is. If you go on PSA's website, they have what appear to be 3 different receiver extensions. Only one actually says 7075 T6, and the rest is 6061 T6. Now that doesn't really mean much if you don't, if you're not really doing too much with your rifle. But I seem to be a Murphy's Law of guns, so you can kind of see it there. The threads are a little beat up. Well, I could not get this receiver extension, even when the cast nut was staked, to stay in place. And I don't know if that has something to do with the way the threads were, if they were cut versus rolled, like a true mil-spec receiver extension. But I do have a Daniel Defense receiver extension here on my BCM upward gun. And to the casual observer, there's not too many differences until you really start to look hard, and then you start seeing, now this is the Daniel Defense on the left, and this is the PSA here that I'm dropping. Just notice there's some substantial differences here. I don't know if you can see it, but such as this area up here where this slot here, where the tooth for the end plate goes, and in the threads themselves. So I really think that even though it's a mil-spec diameter, this is actually a 6061 T6 extruded with cut threads, which means that the threads are shallower than the true mil-spec rolled thread that you would have in a forged one. So, and I also don't think it has the dry film lube on the inside. It really doesn't feel like it. So just be careful when you're ordering from PSA. Also, here's their crappy M4 stock, which generic M4 stock. But that's not limited to just a few of their products, but across the board for PSA branded things. So really make sure you do your research before you order something from PSA, because if it's too good of a deal, it probably is for a reason. And not just a cosmetic blend, but it may be, I think, a deficiency in quality. I would not be surprised if a lot of these PSA products that are heavily discounted may be blems that other companies wouldn't accept, like they were rejected by Colt. I know a lot of the triggers and fire control groups come from the same company. Same thing with bolt carrier groups, since it's very difficult to get Carpenter 158 steel. So just keep that in mind when you're ordering from Palmetto State Armory. And that's not even including their very long wait times. Or if you deal with them personally, which I have on a few occasions now, including an issue with trying to order ammo through them and then they didn't actually place the order. I called them in person and the customer service representative was not exactly helpful. Nice guy, I don't know, I think it had more to do with some of their company policies, but in reality he really didn't seem too thrilled to get his job done. So I've also met their person who I assume is their owner, if not just one of their managers, at the NRA convention, and their complete disinterest in everything going on around them was very disappointing to me. They did not bring any rifles to the show, which I can understand, traveling with firearms, okay, it's a problem. But they were more interested in playing on their iPads than they were on actually talking about their products and what they were bringing to the market. It does a huge disservice to them. I really wanted to like them. I have been a customer for years, but no more. I think companies with better customer service and better products will get my money from now on. But those are just my thoughts. You feel free to feel different. I'm sure I'm going to hear about it in the comments section. But thanks for watching. Have a great day.